Hello YouTube, this is Dean over at uvape.com, and today I'm going to unbox and talk to you about the proper operation for the Evod, starter kit. And this is going to be geared towards those that are brand new vapors, people that have no prior experience and they've sort of received the kit and they're all happy they got vape mail. And then they're like, okay, so now what do we do? So just open the box and you'll see inside there are 2 batteries and 2 tanks that are identical. Take one out. Underneath you'll find a manual. It's about 6 pages long with some brief notes. It'll only take you a couple of minutes to go through it. There's also an instruction card that basically outlines how to refill the tank. And all the way at the bottom there are the replacement coils. And the USB charger, as well as the AC to USB adapter. Which obviously should be, pretty self-explanatory. And this would be the end, obviously, to plug into the battery. So the batteries do have a partial charge when they're shipped from the factory. And we'll just separate the tank just by unscrewing it. This is the battery and this is the tank, obviously. And the batteries have the 5-click protection mechanism, so that you notice I'm pressing the button and nothing's happening. Now if I click 5 times quickly, you'll see it's flashing and the battery is ready to fire. And to turn that feature off, you just click 5 times again, you'll see it flash, and now the battery will no longer fire. So you want to click the battery 5 times to activate it. And then you want to take e-liquid, in order to fill the tank. The way you would do this is to turn the tank seemingly upside down and unscrew the base. Now, if you look at the very center of the tank, you will see that there is an air pathway. If you get liquid in there when you're refilling the tank, what's going to happen is it's simply going to run out the other end. So also, if there's liquid in there and you assemble the tank again and you try to vape, you might get some gurgling. So you want to avoid getting liquid in there, and the way to do it is if you have a bottle with a needle tip, you'll be all set to go because it becomes very easy. But even with these bottles, the regular bottles, all you have to do is basically tip the tank and let the liquid glide along the outer wall. And if you do this in a decently lit area, you can actually see the liquid rising, the level of the liquid rising. Now, hopefully you're able to see the liquid in there. So, and as you can see, not a drop was spilled, and there is none in the center. Additionally, when you fill it, you do have to pay a little bit of attention to not overfill it, because you don't want it, you never fill it to the top, because then again, obviously liquid would just fall right through the center. So you want to fill the liquid and bring the level of the liquid slightly below the height of the center pathway, the air pathway in the center. And once you've done that, just screw the base on. Wipe off any excess liquid, if there is any, okay? And as a general rule, I like to say that contact with e-liquid should be kept to a minimum. Naturally, nothing's going to happen if a few drops of, 12 milligram watermelon or something touch your hands, but I just think it's good practice to minimize contact with e-liquid and wipe it off immediately. Or if it's a little bit more, go and wash it off immediately. Okay, so here we are. We've got the Evod tank ready to go. All we have to do now is just press the button and vape. Okay, it's that simple. Now, another thing that you're going to have to do at some point is to change the coils. If the tank is empty, obviously that becomes very, very simple because there's no e-liquid to contend with. So what you want to do is, once again, grab the base, okay, and twist it open. Okay, just make certain that e-liquid isn't running everywhere. These will stay upright, although not very stable. They will stay upright, okay? And then either with a piece of paper, or even if you want with your bare hand, this is knurled, okay, here, you would just unscrew it. Okay, and then replace it with a new one. I showed you the 5 coils that come as spares. And that's pretty much about it. That's all there is to it. And just reassemble. And screw down snugly. Another thing that I would make mention of here is that whenever you're unscrewing the Evod from the battery, always make certain that you're actually grabbing the base and turning it, okay? Because otherwise, if the base is screwed onto the battery more tightly than the tank is screwed onto the base, there is a slight chance that you may be unscrewing the tank from the base, and it'll cause spillage. So you just want to be certain that you're actually grabbing the tank itself, okay, and twisting it that way. And that's it with the Evod. Other than that, I would just say that, again, try to minimize contact with e-liquid whenever possible. If it does spill on your hands, wipe it off. If it's a little bit more, wash it off. It's just good practice, okay? Safety is always number one. And the last thing I would say is that all batteries that are used for vaping store an extremely high amount of energy in a very, very small space. Please treat these batteries with care and respect. Don't drop them, bang them, or mistreat them, okay? You never know what may come loose inside with these shocks, okay? So again, safety is always number one. And also, please consider a safety charging bag as well, okay? Which basically you would enclose the battery in this charging bag while it is being charged. Again, for safety purposes, safety is always number one. And if we're safe, we can enjoy our vapes even more. Okay? So, here's one last puff. Thank you for watching.